A lot of the information we have about how the Earth's climate system will respond to increasing greenhouse gases, those come from these pretty complicated models that generically we just call climate models. The outputs from these climate model experiments lots of times are pretty coarse. And that can make it really difficult to say, understand, well, what does that really mean at a smaller scale? My name is Adam Terando. I work for the Southeast Climate Adaptation Science Center. I am a research scientist there. How do you really make better informed decisions when the global climate models basically give you one number, and that's like that sort of resolution, sort of like a fuzzy picture, is not going to help you really have clarity on what climate change means for you. Maybe you want to understand what does climate change mean in, say, like Great Smoky Mountains National Park, where you have a lot of topography and you have a lot of different ecosystems depending on your elevation and which side of the mountains you're on. So scientists started developing this approach called downscaling, where you take the coarse output from the climate models and then you build another model on top of that to understand at a smaller area, but at a higher resolution than what we would expect climate change to mean for that area. As a scientist, we love working on problems and questions. Science is the philosophy of building knowledge, about the universe. But there's also then the part of me that really loves that the work we're doing really has benefits for society, to helping them to understand what the consequences are of climate change, so we can make a decision as a society what we want to do about that. But also then with the climate change that's coming, how do we address that? How do we deal with the climate change that is happening now and that could happen in the future?